Hi guys, my name is Salman Salamat. I'm both British and Persian. I'm a 19-year-old law student, and I'm here to just start this sort of sporadic uploading of YouTube videos, primarily based on a 19-year-old male student and what goes through your head on a day-to-day basis, especially studying law, the nuances, the intricacies, maybe the tough times, the good times. Just a solid day in a life, uh, mental processes, productivity tips, sort of all of the above when it comes to philosophy and the psychology of studying well or optimizing your physical health, your mental health. Um, Sort of the likes of Andrew Huberman and sort of the therapeutic car talks of Sam Sulek, but that is that is yet to be confirmed if I'll do something like that. I can't even drive. But for now, I just wanted to talk about time. Now, this topic is so massive that I can probably make a gazillion videos on this. But time in the sense that, are we really wasting time if we enjoy what we wasted it on? Now, I set out maybe, I think, 12 hours. Sounds crazy, and I'm a firm believer in anything more than 5 hours. Like, for most people in general, top students, 5 hours is still a lot, but anything more than that, it's unreasonable to assume that you're actually studying and you're probably just procrastinating, but you're calling it, I'm studying for 12 hours, when in reality it was probably five, and you just went on TikTok for the rest. But I had planned 12 hours of study time today. I still probably not going to achieve it. I'm probably going to achieve something closer to seven or 5 to 7. Does that deem this day as a failed schedule? Does it deem to myself as a failure? Does it deem myself as a liar? I beg to differ. I wrote two to-do lists, each containing one containing five, the other one containing four things that I want to accomplish today. And I said to myself, I need to complete at least five of them, or something like this. So I gave myself this margin, and I think this margin is a key word because many of us tend to overestimate our capabilities. Many of us underestimate our capabilities. That's when the self deprivation and the self sabotage, um, this mindset comes into play. But many of us overestimate what we can accomplish. And once is okay, but twice, 3 times, 4 times, where you catch yourself subconsciously lying to yourself, saying, I'm going to study 12 days. For the next 12 days, I'm going to study 6 hours every day. This can have a bigger impact than most people think. You're kind of accepting the fact that not only do you overestimate yourself, but you recognize that it's possibly leading to self detriment, yet you don't prescribe any halting of it. So it kind of emboldens any self sabotage mindset you have, and it can lead on to bigger issues like a snowball effect. Now back to my original point. Is it really wasted time if you enjoyed what you wasted it on? This is a question where I just heard this quote, I think a couple of days ago, and I didn't really spend that much time thinking about it, as not to waste time other than on my studies. But for instance, with today, as my 12 hours of prescribed study time, I did play Minecraft for 2 hours in a row. I clearly didn't have time to do that. I did it with a good buddy of mine, and we both enjoyed ourselves. It was in a study session. Funny enough, does that mean I wasted time? Now, yes and no. Yes, expressly because I did not prescribe any opportunity for me to do so in today's schedule. However, did I enjoy it? Yes. Did it give me a time for de-stressing or relaxing in between my studies? Yes. And does it indirectly make you more productive? It may seem ironic, but when you have, and this is in my experience, very profound, especially for students, which I recommend, is you always hear a study life or work life balance. It is vital that you go out and do the unconventional or unproductive things, such as, just going to an arcade, going to a club, hanging out with your friends, playing video games, playing Minecraft. Because when you come home, or when you finish up with whatever that event was, and you come home and you actually settle down again, you have this urgency and this urge to actually resume studying. And I see that in many of my classmates who are all around the world. We have it in Canada, in America, you have it in Europe, you have it in Eastern Europe, you have it in the Middle East. It's not just confined to myself and in the UK, it's all over the world. And I'm sure that many of the people watching may have, if anyone watches this, may feel the same. So, holistically, make sure you manifest it in a proper way where you can take advantage of it. Because anything that you can get instant gratification from, let if left unattended and unchecked, it has big potential to ruin your life. Anywhere from a video game to drug use. Don't let something control your life. You control it. You control every aspect of it. Those 2 hours I spent playing video games, immediately after, I had this unfortunate sense of guilt that catalyzed and expedited my wants and needs to actually get back to studying, to go clean my room, to go cook, to call my family. As long as you make sure that it is not left unchecked, that it is not abused, that not taken advantage of, that you're not completely on one side of this instant gratification realm of opportunities such as video games or whatever it may be, it can really be a positive aspect for any student. Now, that is my opinion as of Saturday, 23rd of November, 2024, 8:58 p.m. It may change, but in my experience as a student, from, I would say, the past 3-4 years, I've been really thinking about this, but especially in the past 2 years, I've been really seeing it in effect. I've been really trying to take a step back from activities I frequently do and look at the effect each of them has on my goals, my ambitions, my dreams. It kind of goes into line with studying how to study. When you actually take a step back and say, why am I doing flashcards? What effect does it have? Can I get the same effect and others by doing one activity, such as active recall or reading a textbook then blurting? Killing two birds with one stone. So this process of taking a step back, looking at everything in a manner that you may have not been able to see before as as a studier or a student that's constantly reading and studying. When you actually take the time to step back, it's an investment, and it's an investment that I believe mandatory if anyone values their success. Even if you don't realize that you've been doing it, I guarantee you most students, they have subconsciously done so before. I have many successful friends in the realm of academia, and what all of them have in common is the sense of urgency. The sense of urgency, and they know what to do. People who are urgent about things and they know what to do is a killer combo. And majority of the time, people with a sense of urgency who are successful in their realm are not people who don't know what their next step is. Thus, they know what works for them. So they subconsciously, at some point in time, took that step back, looked at what they were doing, seeing if it was ideal for them, seeing if it was productive. If it wasn't, throw it in the garbage, try the next tactic, or move forward. Now, I think this is a model that people use frequently in life without realizing. Maybe you go to Starbucks, you order one drink that you don't like, it doesn't make you feel good, it gives you stomach issues. You're not going to order it the next day unless you're a specific type of person, but you're going to move on from it. Yet people who see constant issues in their day-to-day lives, we often overview and overlook. We often overlook releasing things that have a negative impact on us just because we're used to it. Oh, we're used to playing video games. We're used to going on TikTok every day instead of studying. I feel comfortable doing it. I'm not going to cease to do it. I'm going to continue doing it, even though I know deep down I shouldn't be doing it as much. I have other obligations to attend to. It's that sort of self sabotaging illness that was built over time that many people refuse to let go of. That once they do, or once they diagnose themselves as possessing it and work on removing it from their daily lives, they see exponential growth in success, in mental health, in clarity, in the relationships of their loved ones around them. The list goes on. The positive implications are endless when it comes to removing that parasitic struggle that is so easy and so comforting in a time where everything is online, everything is so easily accessible, and there's so many aspects of instant gratification and tools for it out there that are impressed upon us. So it's just important to stay grounded and really observe what we take in on a day to day basis, how it affects us, and what our main purpose is. Does what we use our time for align directly or is parallel to our end goals and our ambitions? If any of that is unknown, then I heavily suggest a revision of what you spend your time on. Even if you know what you spend your time on, but the issue isn't that, it's about your goals, then write down your goals. Have a heavy think about it. Sacrificing even 1 week for thinking about your ambitions or your goals is the bare minimum you could do, because these goals are centric to what you're basing your probable entire adult life on. So when you think about your entire lifespan or your entire adult life or professional career or professional timeline, compared to 1 week, I would say you could even spend years thinking about your ambitions and goals and really refining them and working on them to make sure they are exactly what you want at that moment, and that they're within your desires, and that's what you want to do in life. I think that's well warranted, and I think that's very appropriate. Make sure you align your time with your goals. Don't be too hard on yourself if you find yourself deviating from that use of time. There are benefits to even the negative sides of tools for wasting time, and they can be sometimes used as an instrument for good if manifested correctly, as they bring a sense of urgency to remain on the productive railroad toward your ambitions and goals. I'm not saying you should spam Minecraft, although many people make millions off of doing that on Twitch nowadays. What I am saying is align your time with your goals, remain grounded, remain true to what you would want to accomplish in life. If you do catch yourself constantly procrastinating, find out why. Take a step back, as I previously mentioned. Take a step back, look intrinsically, look at external factors that may be affecting why you don't want to do a certain piece of work. That way, especially if it's a reoccurring issue, you're kind of your own doctor in a way, where you're healing your own issues, your own illnesses that have been brought upon you by many things, maybe overusage of social media, or lack of drive, or lack of accomplishment in your life, or past trauma. And sometimes, although I don't recommend it, sometimes a Minecraft session with the bros or anything of like character could be beneficial, especially if manifested correctly and used in the proper way, not impeding or infringing on your prescribed study time. This was a one off for me. Now I say that, but tomorrow I'm probably gonna add a nice minecart railroad to me and my bro's base, but No. Stay true to your goals. Make sure your time aligns with it, and ensure that whatever you are working toward in life and whatever you use your time for will warrant you to be content when looking back on your past decisions. I intend to use this platform to kind of discuss the ideas or certain events that occur in my life and how they relate to certain philosophies or quotations or interesting discussions I heard in the past. Kind of see the overlap in that and just relay this onto each of the videos. And today's was about time, especially from a student's perspective. And even if it's as simple as playing Minecraft with your friend, but going into it a bit deeper and realizing how, for some people, it's not just a quick gaming session. For some people, it's a chronic addiction to not using their time for things that they want to accomplish in their life. Because who am I to say if someone is wasting their time? It just depends on their goals. But if someone knows that their goals don't align with the actions that they're committing, then it can be objectively stated that that person is a time waster. You guys have any contentious or controversial viewpoints or opinions that you guys want to discuss? You guys want to hear my opinion on any ideas or anything whatsoever? If anyone does see this, please let me know in one way or another, either by commenting or any other sending of a message. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks.